Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. William Poloniak here again at Whole Health Foundation. Today I'm making another garden harvest juice with collard greens, a double portion of French sorrel, and a number of other ingredients. Let's look at those ingredients. Sorrel, about 7 large cucumbers, 2 green bell peppers, collard greens from 2 plants, 1 large beet with the tops, and I'm putting in 150 grams of turmeric, 1 whole garlic head, and about 120 grams of ginger plus 3 ripe tomatoes. So let's start making juice. The first thing I want to point out is that I'm using the front loading feed tube, which eliminates blowback up to your ceiling 100%. I'm also using the near zero blowback cutter that has over 80 teeth cut into the 5 blades, and that reduces the temperature by 4 degrees 4 degrees centigrade. Now I'm going to start with the J grid for greens because it has larger holes and it does a better job on greens. Now I'm going to install the cutter and plug in the thermometer because today is a very hot and humid day in sunny Southern California, so I want to cool down the cutter and the feed tube with 4 or 5 ice cubes. Collard greens and other greens, I'm going to put in the cucumbers. And let's put in now some turmeric. There's the rest and the last of my collard greens. Next I'm going to put in my beet. I cut it into 6 sections because it was so big. I've done all my greens except for the French sorrel, so next I'll start feeding in a handful of French sorrel. Sorrel. More French sorrel, and we'll continue with French sorrel until we're done, and then we'll switch to carrots. Now here's the last of my greens, and I'm going to follow that by a couple of ice cubes. Two more ice cubes to cool down the cutter. Now I'm going to feed in 2 or 3 small carrots. Now, I noticed the juice is working hard, so I'm going to clean the grid one more time. And then we'll continue with carrots until we're finished. Now here's the last of my carrots. Now one of the beautiful things about this front loading feed tube is you can see inside, and I see that everything is shred, but just to be sure I'm going to put a couple of fingers full of pulp in there and force anything through just in case I don't see it. Cold water and a cleaning brush. Now this cleaning brush comes with all juicers that are sold by Whole Health Foundation. Clean the cutter brushing away from you. And now we'll clean the front of the juicer. And I have a spray nozzle, but you can use a damp cloth. Now my bowl's very full, so I'm going to have to be very careful mixing this produce. Now we're going to take 6 cloths from the freezer, and these are new cloths because my last cloths got so clogged with fiber they started squirting at me. So we'll unfold these, and then I'm going to show you my 6 cloth less work method. 3 spoons full in each cloth, and later we'll put only 2 spoons and not throw away the pulp, and I'll show you why. So 2 cloths full of pulp into the press, right in the center, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit. Make sure this is on your tray properly, and we'll continue. When you're on your last cloth, advance that all the way. Now here's my 6 cloth less work method. This goes forward, these go over, spent cloths go on top, and we continue in that rhythm until we're done. And again, every time you put cloths in, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit, and continue building cloths. Now you never throw away the already pressed pulp. What you do is put 2 scoops on top, not 3. And continue like that until we're done. I notice my bowl is almost full, so I might not press this all the way. And also, when you get puddling in here, it's a good idea to pour it into the bowl, but as I see, the bowl is not going to accept this because it's too full. And by the way, when you're ready to pour this in a bottle, set this back, but not a little, set it a lot so it doesn't drip on your countertop. So let's fill some bottles. Now I'm going to fill this from the back side so the camera gets a good look. And notice I'm leaving 10%. I'm going to add filtered or distilled water because usually juice is much too rich. And I want to dilute it a little bit. You'll never know the difference, believe me. 2 more cloths full of pulp. Centered left to right. Very important. Centered front to back, all the way back. Back it off a little bit, turn on your machine, and continue until we're done. Now this patty is getting pretty thick. I think this time we'll put 1 huge scoop, not 2. Now here's the last of my pulp, and I'm using a spatula to get everything out of this folding or collection container. And we'll set this aside to wash later and fold this into a nice tight package again. 2 more cloths into the press, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it up. Now, most people would throw this spent pulp away. What I'm going to do is show you how to get 10% more juice. And partly that's because we're using a whole health foundation with a solid bottom plate. And you can leave your press up as long as you want. So let's form this into a tight package. Basically it's going to be a ball. And I'm going to show you a special folding technique where you fold the cloth under, like so, several times in both directions. Now as you can see, I have repackaged all the pulp into a very tight package. And as I said, this is pulp that most people would throw away. And most people would do that because they just don't know there's more juice in there. So let me put this into the press. Now we'll put 2 cloths into the center of the press. This is very important, centered left to right, centered front to back. Make any adjustments if you need to, all the way back, back it off a little bit. And I'm using a measuring beaker to show how much extra juice we can get. And usually we can get 2 or 3 bottles extra. So let's turn this on. Now we have droplets and we have 17 ounces of juice, and there's too much in the collection bowl to press the rest of it. So I'm going to pour that into here. Now remember to clean the upper plate and dampen your cloth a little so that you can clean the divider between the motor and the press area. Now my friends, as you can see, I have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 bottles of juice, and 2 of these bottles came from pressing the pulp that most people would have thrown away, and we have enough for a taste test. Now my friends, here we have another garden harvest juice with cucumbers, a few tomatoes, and a double portion of French sorrel. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's delicious. The French sorrel really sweetens up a juice a lot, makes it very, very tasty. Well, I hope you like what you've seen, my friends, and if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My webpage is wholehealthfarm.com, and my email address is developtrust@cox.net. See you in the next video.